Welcome to Lantamer Stream. Happy Sunday. We're 1 week out from Cisco Live, so we're going to be talking a lot about that, a lot about the written exam in our vlog today. This, of course, this wallpaper today is from Flickr, and this is the Orange County Convention Center. And I have to say, I was just kind of contemplating this photo. It is an impressive place. It's very large. I've also been to the Georgia World Conference Center, I think it's called, in Atlanta. And I don't know if it's as large as that. It may be, but it's definitely more interesting, not as boring as the Georgia World Conference Center. Georgia's World Conference Center is just a big box. Granted, it's huge, and this is basically a rectangle, but it's got some style. It's got some flair, lets the sunlight in. It's a nice place. So I was impressed the first time I went there. But that's what we're looking forward to in about a week, folks. Like I said, we got 1 week out. This is my strategy for the CCIE routing and switching written exam with a week to go. I've discussed this before, not really anything new, but just kind of reviewing that, clarifying it. And one thing I want to say is this is review time. It has been review time. This is not a time to be going over concepts and, principal information. This is just to review. This is to sharpen our memory. If there are any things that need some clarification, then yes, that's fine. But, we're not going to be spending a whole evening or a whole day reading chapters of a book, right? So this is just, part of that is drill. There's a drill worksheet I have, which is kind of my version of flashcards. But it's a little more involved because you have to write out the information instead of just calling it out verbally. Many of you have seen my drill worksheet on this channel. One worksheet is the answers, the other is the part you have to fill out, right? So what you do is you flip-flop back and forth between these. Ideally, you would fill out the whole thing, all these yellow fields on your own, and then you would just have them all right. That's ideally what you would do. And it doesn't give you a lot of clues as the information here. The HTTP options, you pretty much know what it's asking, and you have to fill out what you know about that or what is important about that. That is part of the exam topics. So that's this. I went over it yesterday. I realized I need to update this area somewhat. I'll probably do a little bit of that today, review some of these other areas, but this is the whole structure of, VPN v4. You have the update message components, you have the actual VPN v4 address, multi-protocol BGP, VPN IPv4 address components. Then you break it down even further to the route distinguisher and the route targets and the MPLS label. You also have the VPN ID. I think this is complete. I just need to I want to add some examples here. But other than that, yesterday, that's essentially what I did. That's what I'm going to continue to do 1 week out, is fill this out. I don't know. Probably I'm going to attempt once a day. It's grown. It used to be a couple of columns. And now it has 63 rows approximately, and it is column A through AM or AN. So, yeah. And I was showing my wife yesterday, it's kind of daunting to look at this on its own and to think, oh, I need to know all this information, but you do. And I have come a long way in the last number of months studying a lot of these areas and getting these in memory. So that's what we're going to be working on, continuing to drill and continuing to, once or a couple times a day. Also, part of the strategy is to do, of course, use the boson tool, the boson test exam, exsim, to, again, poke holes in my memory or try to find areas in my memory or in my understanding. Again, understanding there should not be big gaps in understanding right now. If so, we might be a little late on that. I can scramble a little bit, but essentially we should have done all of our reading and principle study up until now. But the boson is good at exposing weak areas. So it's a litmus test, really. So I'll be doing. I did some of that yesterday, not much. Again, I mainly drilled yesterday, but today I plan on retaking a boson exam after yesterday's drill. Part of the other part of the written strategy, of course, 1 week out or any exam strategy is taking care of oneself, right? So health, feeling good. You need to be relaxed. You need to be well fed, well slept, and ready the day of the exam. So one thing I want to of course, it's important, and this I've learned the hard way, and I've taken a number of exams in my career now. One thing that is so important is being well rested, and of course, choosing the right time of day to take the exam. I tend to try to take them early. I used to try to take the last exam of the day that was available, with the reasoning that just gives me that many more hours to study or to do any last bit of checkings. That strategy just changed. My strategy now is to get it done early in the day. That's when I'm most alert and most well rested, less fatigued in all forms. So I took one of the earliest available slots for this exam, and I think it's 12:50. I'm going to have to double check that. That's another thing, planning out my day of strategy, right? So this is my written strategy 1 week out. I need to also draft the written plan day of. So I'll probably be doing that today as well. But yeah, one thing is very important. I did take 2 days off work. It just so happens that, because you probably find this to be the case too, right? If you're getting ready for an exam, you probably don't have a lot of vacation time unless you've been using it to study. Generally, you don't plan a big vacation right before or, well before an exam, unless it's a study vacation. So it just so happens I do have time to take off as a mini quote-unquote study vacation, and it won't be a vacation. It will be, so my plan is, this week I work Monday through Wednesday. I have Thursday and Friday off. The exam is Sunday, 1 week from today. So Thursday, I plan to take that as a pretty hardcore study day. And again, it will be a lot of review. It might be a boson test exam, maybe some flashcards, and maybe some other things I come up with. But Thursday is going to be pretty hardcore study. Friday is going to be more of a relaxation day. I'm going to, get the gear together, which I'll talk about in a minute. Get all the gear ready, get everything prepared, and I'm going to do a little relaxation. I think, I might, do some fun stuff too. And be sure to get to bed really early. And that's the same thing with Saturday. So that's Thursday, Friday, yeah. And then Saturday is, again, just relaxation. Do a little bit of memory drills, not a lot. I may choose on Friday to just identify kind of a last hit list. Like, this is really big, this drill list. Honestly, I can do some of these in my sleep. So what I may do, and as I'm talking about it now on stream, it's kind of come together, this plan, but probably what I will do is just make a shorter drill sheet. So make a week of drill sheet is probably what I'm going to do going forward. So, and that will be what I tend to review on Friday and Saturday, because every day we'll have some review and some study, but again, it will be just review. So no cramming, guys. Maybe Thursday, but other than that, there'll be no cramming. I want to be mentally sharp, well rested, de-stressed, detoxed, all that stuff for Sunday. Now, the day of, I can already tell you that I've got an idea in mind. My exam, I think, is at 12:50 or something like that, 12:30. So I plan to get there. I believe they are serving lunch at the venue for people who are there for technical demos, things like that. I'm taking the written, so I'm going to grab a lunch if they let me. I will have snack food in my bag just in case. But I plan to probably leave early Sunday morning. I'm about an hour, well, not an hour, but I'm about 45 minutes away. I live in Orlando, but I'm about 45 minutes away, and I'm going to take Get there early. There's a coffee shop not too far from there that I've been to before. That's close to a gym I used to go to on International Drive. So I'll probably go to that coffee shop, pull out the laptop, just do a little bit of review, but get near the area, get through traffic, tolls, all that good stuff, Not that toll is a big deal. I'm just saying, that's just me. That's just my personality. As I get older, I get more like that. It's funny as you get older, you have this problem you develop of being too early. When I was younger, I was constantly late, even though I would always say I like to be on time. But if there's one thing you don't want to be late for, and that is your exam, right? Because I think after a certain period of time, you're essentially, it's written off. If you're late, too bad. Sorry, you can't start. I don't know what the window is. I think it's like 15 minutes or something like that. But I'm planning to be there since this is not a normal Pearson VUE testing center, I plan to be there at the test center like 30 minutes before. But again, in the morning, my intent is to start out, even though I know where the Orange County Convention Center is, it's so big that I'm going to have a map. Cisco put out a map on the Cisco Live site, and I think I figured out where the testing center is. But again, I want to get there early. What I'll do is after, getting coffee, maybe have a little breakfast or something around 9 a.m., I'll head over to the Orange County Convention Center, get parked, get there maybe around 11-ish, then locate the testing center where I need to be at 12:30. Then go grab some lunch, and then walk back, and then be there about 20 minutes early. And sometimes they'll let you start early, at least in a lot of the places I've been. I would imagine here it would probably be even more casual than a normal formal Pearson VUE testing center. But anyway, it'll probably be Pearson VUE administering the exam there, I would imagine. But anyway, that's what my plan is going forward. Again, most important, not to stress, to be relaxed, and to be sharp that day. Additional preparations for Cisco Live. We settled on a place to eat in the lantamers group in Discord, and we got a restaurant picked out. I have not been to this restaurant, but again, I don't eat out a lot, guys. I work from home, and I try to save money here in the fam. We try to save money. We tend to my wife takes her lunch to work and things like that. So, and I'm not in Orlando proper. I am, again, about 45 minutes away from the venue, 30, 45 minutes depending on traffic. So I don't really know a lot of the places over there. I've been to a few of them, but we're going to do a little recon. I think we set up, I hate to recommend a place and it'd be horrible. I think this is a pretty safe place, and the idea was that it's not too far from the convention center, because that, of course, strategically is where a lot of people have their hotels. And we are going to have to get on I-4, which I won't go into that. I-4, you want to try to stay away from as much as you can in Orlando to stay happy. But sometimes it's unavoidable. But it's just a brief, I think it's like 4 or 5 miles. You have to get on I-4 to this place. And we're going to check it out. My wife and I are going to do a recon this Tuesday night, I think, or Wednesday night. We decided we're going to go about the same time, check out the food, make sure everything's good. If not, we'll change it. But yeah, we're settled on that. Excited. So far, we got 6 people. So it's going to be an intimate group, and we're going to get to know each other in person. And I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. So, gear. So I did, like I said, I have one of these already. These power packs, people call them, battery pack, whatever. This is a free one I got actually at the Orange County Convention Center, I think last year, but it's limited. I think it's 2,400 milliamps. So anyway, I bought, it's linked below. I bought a bigger one because I'm not taking a laptop. Pretty much decided, I may change that after day 1 or 2, but I don't plan to take the laptop. Not a big note taker. I just plan to have my phone, and I have a selfie stick I'll be using to help me with vlogging. And that's it. But just to be sure, that's a small one. I got a bigger one. It's 20,000 milliamps. I don't know if that's the right term, guys. MAH, milliamps, ohms. I don't know. But anyway, I've got that. I've got to get a new backpack. The one I have is, I won it at a weightlifting tournament quite a while back. It's been around a while. It recently took a tumble off the motorcycle because my strap was wearing out and I had not replaced it. Totally my fault. My laptop survived, but it's ripped. It's got a hole. It wasn't pretty. Yeah, it fell off. I didn't realize it because I had switched lanes and it was like a 35-mile-an-hour zone. And I pull up to the light and somebody behind, or in a UPS truck next to me, is yelling at me. And I turned over. He said, your bag fell back there. So fortunately, someone had left space. I just backed up the motorcycle, grabbed it, put it on my back, and kept on going. But anyway, got a little gear to get. I want to get a new backpack for this event. That's gonna, and there's, I think there's a special attachment thing. I want to get a sturdy one for the motorcycle because I'll be using it most days to get there. But other than that, that's really important because I said comfortable shoes and comfortable or plenty of battery backup because you'll be on your phones a lot. And here's the thing, it's not just at the convention center. I don't know how many, I think I do recall seeing, they have these little islands, charging islands, but it's kind of like the airport, first come, first serve. And I don't know that there's definitely not going to be enough for everybody. So I'm not planning on having any charge. I plan on taking all of it with me that I'll need. And I recommend you do the same, right? So that's it. It's coming together, folks. 1 week. It's hard to believe. I'm really looking forward to Cisco Live. I'm really looking forward to getting this written exam hopefully done and passed and back to labbing. I'm already making plans post Cisco Live, and we're going to get back to labbing here on this channel. That's what a lot of you came here for initially, is to participate and lab together, things like that. We will be getting back to that. I'm not going to let a lot of time lapse before I start labbing and get on my, I've got a blueprint plan for labbing. That's the links. So yeah, this is, I have another document. I think I've taken it off since now. I'll put it back up here. But yeah, we've got a labbing plan with dates and everything. So I'm going to adjust that after Cisco Live, after passing. Hint of confidence there. And there are a number of, so when I get back to labbing, there's a lot of things I've been putting off in terms of the stream idea bucket. It's where people dump different things that, they want to talk about on stream or want to vlog. And I put some of those in there, and what we'll do is in the beginning of each lab, we'll have a little vlog like I used to do, a little topic to talk about, and then we'll get into labbing. So we're going to do some catch up there, some stream shinies, The stream has gotten a little dusty. Sorry, folks. I know you're trying to put your hand up there and wipe a little dust off of the stream because it's getting a little dirty, but we're going to clean it up. So what I mean by that is, you subs, I really appreciate the subscribers on the channel. I've been promising you some emotes and some other improvements. I'm going to do that after Cisco Live. I already got ideas for the emotes, just haven't had time to do them. Audio improvements, I'm still troubleshooting the echo in the audio. We're going to get the audio hooked up like it needs to be so we can do audio chat and text chat during the stream, music, etc. I've already got some update ideas on the notifications and layouts. We get new followers, subscribers, etc. So yeah, new stream shinies. Hang in there, subs and followers. I appreciate it, but we'll get there. And that's really about it, folks. I didn't think I'd talk for 20 minutes about this topic, but we did. It always happens. The only meat chunk I have, been real busy, but this is the link to what I did end up purchasing, the power bank, 20,000 milliamps. It had a good rating. I think it's about $20. A little higher than some of the other ones, but a lot of the other ones were 10,000 or 12,000. Higher number must be better, right? And we'll see. It had good ratings on Amazon. That's all I got, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Sunday, and wish me luck here going a weekend. I wish you good bits too, all you folks. I think we've determined that those of us going to Cisco Live and Lantamers Discord, that all of us are taking an exam of some kind. So it's not just about me. I wish everybody. Thank you, Dude Fram. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, and also, by the way, one thing I did not mention is at CLUS, we are going to do streaming. So I don't know what I'm going to stream yet. If people just want to see what the venue looks like, or if you've never been to Cisco Live and wondering what it's like to walk around, because there's a lot of material out there, but I haven't seen much material on people just walking around and seeing what it's like. Maybe they don't allow it. I don't know, but we'll see. If so, I'll do a little vlogging outside the venue. But yeah, want to do some of that. And so yeah, stay tuned in, guys. If you're not a follower yet, hit that follow button. If you have your free Twitch Prime sub, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you hit that sub button and sub to us. Thanks again for all the support and the good wishes. Dude, friend, appreciate it. We will see y'all back here tomorrow at our normal time here in the Lantamer stream. Wishing you all the good bits.